What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Rianne and thank you for tuning into this video. So on this week's travels, I will be talking about Reykavik, Iceland. So this is really cool because, Iceland is not someplace that you go to very often, but it's someplace that you hear a lot about, especially because it is such a geographical phenomenon. There is beaches, there's glaciers, there is mountains, oceans, like all of the above in one place. And it was so special that I got to travel to Reykjavik, Iceland, not only just to go there, but I got to go there with my mom. And she was the one who actually prompted our travels. So when I was abroad, I didn't really think about going to Reykjavik or going to Iceland as like a top thing on my list. But for her, since she was visiting me over in Prague, she was like, this is the perfect opportunity to go to Iceland. So we bought our tickets like a couple of weeks in advance, and before I knew it, we were on our way to Iceland, and it was such an amazing adventure. So in this video, I'll be talking about the different things that we saw, what we did, and also, like always, tips and tricks on how to navigate the city of Reykjavik and how to basically get around Iceland. So keep on watching if you want to know more about what it's like being in Iceland and what it's like to be traveling there. The whole island itself is just so special because Reykjavik is the main city of Iceland. It's also the only city, I believe, in Iceland, and the rest of it is just like a lot of villages and farmland, mountains, and all of that good stuff. So that brings us to our number one tip in traveling in Reykjavik. So because Reykjavik is the only city in Iceland, when you want to go around to see all of these different geological features, you have to either have a car or get somewhere by transportation. So if you want to go around and see the Golden Circle, or if you want to go to the south side of the island, you will have to book a specific trip. And how we booked our trip when we were there is we booked everything through getyourguide.com. I've talked about Get Your Guide in my Rome video from last time. They are such a helpful resource for when you want to book different trips, and the site especially came in so handy for Iceland because we were just like, okay, we want to go see all of these different things, but don't really know how to get there. So I highly recommend using getyourguide.com. That's where we booked our trip to the Golden Circle, and also that included our admission fee to the Blue Lagoon and also to spend time there too. So that was really awesome, and it was really handy that it was like a package deal, so we could just like get that and then be set to go for the day. So the thing that I will say about Iceland is that it will not be your most affordable trip. And that's just literally laying it out there, just being super honest. It was expensive, and not just because of like the transportation, but like the food, eating out, and also like the hotels, the stays will add up quickly. Like everything in the city is super beautiful and it's super cool to check out, but if you don't plan strategically, the trip will definitely be one of your most expensive trips, I would say. So if you are traveling on a budget and you really want to go see Iceland, I highly recommend, like what I said, booking your trip through getyourguide.com, not only because they have the travel packages, it also cuts down your fee by a lot if you do it online instead of like going to their tours offices and getting the tickets that day, because I do believe that there will be higher prices if you get them that day instead of getting them in advance. And also for food wise and just like eating out, all of these little things like really add up, especially if you did what me and my mom did, is we like were on the go constantly, and we were constantly on the go, so we just like ate at different restaurants when we could. In Reykjavik, there are different like convenient markets or like grocery stores that you can get food. So if you are traveling on a budget, I highly recommend that you just stock up on groceries and just make little meals or like prepare little sandwiches for the day if you want to save some money in Iceland. So for me and my mom's trip, we were only going to be in Iceland for like a solid 48 hours or like 56 hours including travel, but we wanted to make the most of it. So the three things that we booked were a trip to the Golden Circle, the Blue Lagoon, and a Northern Lights tour. But unfortunately, the weather was really bad when we were there. It was really cloudy and overcast, so our Northern Lights trip was canceled, which was a bummer. And we didn't end up getting to see the Northern Lights at all, but Reykavik and Iceland is just like so special in general that like we were just so happy to be there and so happy for the opportunity to get to see this wonderful island. So when we were there, we toured the Golden Circle. So that tour took us on to like 3 different spots in Iceland. After our Golden Circle tour, we were able to just get back right on the bus, and that transported us to the Blue Lagoon. And we got to the Blue Lagoon at about 5 p.m. so the sun was like just setting and it was like so pretty. And then we stayed there for like that whole night until the Blue Lagoon closed. We were really hoping to see the Northern Lights and be like, oh my gosh, we got to see them at the Blue Lagoon and all of that. But the weather didn't clear up. The clouds were still rolling in, so we unfortunately didn't get to see them. But that just means that we have to plan a trip for next time. Or at least that's me and my mom's excuse for not seeing the Northern Lights. Alright, so after talking about like all the things that we did and we saw, my last and I think final tip would be your attire. So it's kind of already in the name that you should dress warm, but like us being from Minnesota, we were like, oh, we got this, it'll be fine. We still had like our big winter parkas on, but like it was cold. So definitely layer up. I recommend bringing like your wool socks, you know, like your long underwear, whatever you need to get by. But it did get really cold. Aside from like clothing wise, I highly recommend bringing a good pair of shoes. So if you know that you're going to be doing like a lot of hiking and a lot of just like walking around, I recommend bringing a good pair of like hiking boots that are waterproof. Definitely waterproof. And that are just good for like walking and that you are not afraid to get dirty and that kind of thing. So like just like, you know, be smart, be prepared, bring a good pair of gloves because your hands will get really cold, and also bring a good hat, I would say. They do have like all of that stuff for sale in Iceland, and if you wanted to get like a really nice souvenir, you can, but it will be really, really expensive. Like a regular hat, if you're not getting like a touristy one, is going to be like $50+, and I'm not even exaggerating. So like I said, it will be kind of cold, so be smart, be prepared, and just like plan out what you are going to wear. But that's it, you guys. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed these tips from Iceland, please like this video down below and comment down below about places that you wish to see or that you have on your bucket list. And I would just really like to, personally like to read the places that you guys want to go to, and also probably put it on my next travel list. So thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!